Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And for today's video, we are going to do a Valentine's Day inspired kind of sultry, sexy look. But before we get into all of that, hey all of you new followers out there, thank you so much for deciding to follow my channel. I am excited that you're here. If you are new to this channel and this is one of my first videos that you're watching, welcome. This channel is primarily about beauty, makeup, easy, not complex, easy makeup that we can all achieve with a little bit of lifestyle thrown in the mix every now and again. I'm getting on a regimen of actually filming on a consistent basis. Consistent meaning look forward to videos from this channel, from this platform, from That's So Letitia, at least on Tuesdays and Fridays, and possibly a bonus video on Sundays. With all of that said, let's get right on into it. So what I'm going to do first is prep my face, and what I'm going to use for that in terms of my primer, this one is by Huda Beauty, and this one is called their Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. And in terms of me doing my base, just because I want to really focus in on doing the actual eye look and the blush and the lipstick, I'm going to kind of hurry through this portion. But if you are extremely interested in how I do my base, I have done tutorials on it, so I will post a card above to where you can click on that at a later time, just so you can kind of get a walked through step by step of how I do my base. What I like to do before I put on my foundation, just because I have an oily complexion, is apply a little pressed powder to the areas that are prone to have oil break through. And the pressed powder that I used, it's by Maybelline, New York. It is their Fit Me Loose Pressed Powder, and it is in the shade Medium Deep. And for my foundation, I will be using Huda Beauty, and this is their original formula foundation. This is not the newly luminous matte one. And the shade I am in this one is 500G Mocha. So I am going to start by one complete pump. Next, following up with my under eye concealer, and that is by Tarte Shape Tape, and it is in the shade 53S or Deep Sand. Just putting a little to help my under eye luggage. I'm going to blend that in using a Sephora brush. This is a Flawless airbrush, and it is, let's see, number 56. I am going to now follow up using Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. Guys, see it there? Light so bright. Yes, no, maybe so. It is this concealer here, and I am just going to apply that to the areas that I wish to highlight. And the shade I will be using is number 9. Okay, so my base is done. I have a little bit of extra setting powder on just to make sure that I get the best wear out of my makeup and oil doesn't break through, so we'll be dusting that off momentarily. However, if you are in fact interested in seeing my foundation process, there will be a card up ahead as well as a link below in the description box, so definitely make sure to check that out. Moving along to our eyes, I am going to be basing my eyes using, hopefully you guys can see that, using NYX's eyeshadow primer. Yeah, a lot of people are not aware, but when you use a eyeshadow primer, it helps to starve off any sort of oil that may break through your eyeshadow and crease it and, you know, kind of have it looking a little bit rough. Definitely if you have oily or combination skin or combination complexion to where you kind of have an oily T-zone. For me, I like to include my eyelids in that T-zone area because sometimes my eyelids definitely get oily, and that's whether I have makeup on or not. For our actual eye look, the palette I'm going to be working from, some of you may already have it. This is a Balm palette. For me, it's real romantic. The colors are extremely vibrant, but they're real soft and kind of romantic-like, if that makes any sense. But anywho, there we go. It is the Amrezy palette. I am just going to grab my shade brush and we are going to start off with our transition color. Transition color we are going to use is going to be OG, which is this kind of matte tan color here. And because I have such hooded eyelids, I am going to raise it above where you typically would put it. Try to find that actual brow bone, and that's where we are going to concentrate putting the transition color. Do the other side like that as well. And then we are going to move into, like to go light to dark. We are going to go with this color here, which is called Say. This color here. Same brush, and we are just going to put that right on top of OG. such a pretty color. I'm gonna go back into Sensei, which is this color here, and we're just gonna bring it down towards the inner or the outer V for eye. We're gonna kind of pack it in there, not so much blend it in. I'm going to change up my brushes, and this is a EcoTools smudge brush. We're not going to smudge, but we are going to use a little bit of BK, which is this black here, and we are going to combine it with Huda, which is this dark matte brown. We're going to marry the two together like so. Dab off any excess, and we are just going to put it in the inner or the outer V. Just right there. And then we're going to take this is a Morphe M433 brush. We're just going to kind of blend it right where the crease bone is. And we're going to do the same to the other eye, marrying BK with Huda. I'm going to take a clean shade brush, and I'm going to go into New Yorker, which is this shade here, and lightly go into it, and we're just going to go around the outer perimeter. We're going to do the same thing with the other eye. I'm going to take a flat brush and go into Wasted, which is this shade here. I feel like you guys can't see the shades properly, but it's this color here. And for this one, the flat brush I'm using, it's actually a mini Sephora brush. It's very flat. I'm going to start at the tear duct. And we are going to make somewhat of a cut crease. And blend it out. And going back using our shade brush, I'm just going to lightly sweep over right where BK and Hugo meets Wasted so that they blend in together. If you have a flat brush, we are now going to dip into Amrezy, which is this shimmer shade here that I absolutely adore. We are going to take the tip of the flat brush, dip that into Amrezy, tap off any excess, and we're gonna go right along the rim of our cut crease and use Amrezy to define where our cut crease starts. So I'm grabbing a smudge brush, and for our under eye area, we are going to use Sensei, which again is this color. We're just going to sweep that across our lower lash line. For dramatics, what we can do is go back into BK and Hugo, marry the two together, tap off the excess, and take and go to the back portion of our lower lash line and lightly sweep that just in the corner. Don't bring it all the way across, but just in the corner. Have a light hand because you don't want it to be too heavy. You don't really want to smoke it out, but you want to give it some definition under there. I'm going to go back into OG and use that to just soften Sensei just a little bit. While we're waiting on our lash glue to dry, I'm going to move on to our blush palette I will be working from is none other than Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 1. And the two shades I'm going to be using are Zane and Abby. So just going to combine these two together. And for our lippy, I'm going to start off by using a lip liner by NYX, and this is in the shade Fuchsia. I'm going to very lightly line my lips with it. And then I'm going to follow up with a liquid lipstick, matte lipstick, and this is by Lime Crime, and this is in the shade Sasha. So this is the final look. I applied my lashes off camera. Obviously, they are some Wispies by Ardell. But other than that, I like this. It is a simple yet fun Valentine's Day look that you guys can pull off. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will put in the description box below a list of everything that was used for this look, as well as links to my foundation tutorial. And while you're here, you might as well browse all the other content that I have to offer. So until next time, I will leave you guys with more videos of mine to watch. Be well and stay safe. Bye, y'all.